Thank you to everybody who is here live. I think Sam is going to make it worth your while and worth your time. And at the end, will there be an offer? Yes, there will be an offer, just to let you guys know. But Sam's going to show you the exact system that he's using and that he's helped create in the high-level ecosphere to really systematize, whatever, however you say it, really turn your business from a service-based business into a systems-based business. So when you make that turn and you turn that corner, something special happens. When you start to sell a system instead of your time, something special happens in your business. My good friend Mike Cooch is excellent at this. He's probably the best other teacher that I know. I think we're the two best. And then Sam is
no, you guys are the two best. I agree.
No, but Sam is killing it too. So I met Sam at a high-level event, and just hearing him talk to other people, he's so passionate about helping people switch from something not scalable to something scalable. And that is going to be the focus of what he's about to show you. So really juicy tagline. Yes, there will be an offer at the end, but take notes, ask good questions. And the way that I typically do it is I like to sort of address most of the questions at the end, because Sam is probably going to cover most of them during his presentation here. So sit tight, buckle up. Feel free to drop the questions whenever, but I'm just letting you guys know most of them will be addressed at the end. Okay. So Sam, dude, take it away. I'm excited to see this too, because I'm going to learn a lot as well.
Appreciate it, buddy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'm excited to be here for a lot of reasons, as you guys kind of, hopefully you can feel like I'm a Robb Bailey fan, not just to say, hey, I'm a fanboy of Robb Bailey, but we are cut from the same cloth. I really like him. I really like his content. And that to me is really good, because I know that, and by the way, normally the stats, when 200 people register, we don't have near this many people who show up. Like, just so you guys understand, this is very telling, Robb, of your community. The fact that you have an over almost 50% show rate on a live webinar is bonkers. We've never seen that before. So kudos to you guys. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share how I did what's on my screen here. I added 127 agency clients, and I did it in about 2.5 months. So I'm going to jump into that, and I'm excited to do this with you guys today. Normally I have like a little timer. It says like, oh, let's do this, but we're not going to do that. All right. Again, thanks to everybody that showed up here live. These are fun for me, but they can be a lot of fun for you. And I want you guys to win big. The best way to do that is engage. Okay. Really, while you're engaging, doesn't mean I'm going to jump into the chat and just like always be seeing like your questions as we go. But I would love it right now if you could test it out. Say, hey, your name, where you're from, give me something in the chat. Let me know that you're there. And we're gonna jump right into this thing and kick some butt. Of course, Robb, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you once again. Josh from Virginia, Enrique from Houston. Man, oh, geez, they're flying in. But thanks, Robb. Appreciate it. So in the next 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to show you an offer / model, okay, that I believe can change your business. It's changed hundreds of businesses so far. And I think it's really going to put a dent in what you think is possible in this space. All right. Now, I'm also going to show you that this is an offer that will, a model rather, that will not just work in a couple of niches. It'll work for any agency working with local businesses, local brick and mortar businesses. If that's your niche, if that's where you're at, you're going to absolutely be kissing us bald eagles on the forehead by the time, digitally, of course, digitally, by the time we're done. All right. We got that salt and pepper going. You guys know where the bald eagle goes. All right. We're going to show you how we did this. And also I'm going to show you how I cut my agency cost by 60%. Talking about overhead. You're going to love that. Okay. And then how I went from just working crazy hours to working less than 10 hours a week. Okay. And it's not just me. I'm not the only person that has done this. Adam did it. Okay. Forrest did it. Alex did it. In fact, Alex's story is crazy. Okay. You're going to see a lot of people that have done the same thing, that have implemented this offer, this model. So it's not just me. All right. But before we get into that, I want to just a little bit of housekeeping. While everything you see, okay, what I'm going to show you is verifiable, but it only works if you do. Okay. Your results are going to vary based on your effort. That's common sense. But a lot of people roll into this game and want to do the minimum viable effort. And that's not going to work. All right. So let's rock and roll. You guys ready to rock and roll? Grab the chat. Let me know if you guys are ready to. Mark here from Peru, País con Futuro. That's the saying in Peru. I used to live there. Awesome. Let's not beat the dead horse, you guys. Let's go. Awesome. You guys, I don't want to sit here and just beat the dead horse. All right. The dead horse being, well, I don't want to be the dead horse, but all right, there's a lot of hard agency models out there. Okay. Selling websites, selling review automation, selling SEO, all this stuff. This is all good. They're not bad. None of these are bad. Okay. But when a lot of people sell the same thing, they do become difficult. All right. And the reality is some niches are harder than others. And probably in my case, the most lucrative of all, but the one that's hardest of all is the social media marketing agency model. Okay. So a lot of you, I'm sure you're either familiar with it, or you have done it, or you are doing it. Okay. And so you know that this is an incredible opportunity for some, but maybe there's a little bit more to it. So let's jump into the SMMA, what I call the SMMA truth, right? It is true that the average retainer gets between $1,500 a month as a minimum, and then can go up from there. That's true. Okay. It is true that clients can make awesome ROI. I've had clients do like $25,000 with a single email using our SMMA model. Okay. You can make a bunch of money doing this. And it's also true that the barrier to entry with this business, it's not like if you go open up a mechanic shop or you go open up an insurance agency, like the barrier to entry to this business is pretty low in terms of cost and pretty fast in terms of timing. That's the truth. However, most agencies keep their clients less than 2 months. That's just the reality. If most agency clients only stay for about 2 months. And most clients don't even get ROI. That's not because the service, what you're offering, the product is bad. Most clients just don't follow through, right? They buy based on a whim, and they can't follow through based on what you're saying. Hey, you need to call these leads. You need to do whatever it is. Okay. And this is kind of a sad one. The average agency today only has 3 clients. Okay. To me, that's sad. I think it should be a lot different than that. So there's the truth, right? It requires a lot of people to run them. Your costs will go up as you grow. Growing is good, but man, I sure would like it if as I made more money, I got to keep more. That would be awesome, right? Business operations, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not amazing at operations. So the more people I get, the more systems that they're running, the more complicated things become, and especially if you're running ads, right? So all of these things combined just makes a very complicated business, and it takes a lot of time to manage. That is, to me, that's the old way of doing things. That is what I learned back in 2015 when I started this. But today, we're not doing that anymore, right? So I'm going to show you how I went from this SMMA agency to what I call SuperSAAS. And here's a quick little thing, right? We've got the complicated model on the left, which I'm sure a lot of you are either doing or have done or are familiar with. And we're going to replace it with something that I call SuperSAAS. Gotta have a little moniker, you know, Rob. I couldn't come up with much, but SuperSAAS sounded good. All right. So here's the gist. We believe in powering everything by automation. Okay. Automation is our friend. Okay. We believe in selling software, not service. Okay. We believe in easy things that like selling things that are easier to sell. Okay. And things that are easier to operate. That's what we want to focus on. All right. And we want it so easy that it can actually be outsourceable, many parts of it. Doesn't mean you have to, but it can be. In fact, we want you to roll up to the beach. This is an actual text or not. This is a messenger picture that one of our users sent me running his agency from the beach. I want you to be able to do that in your SuperSAAS agency. Okay. Because I have in the past 12 months, you guys, I've owned and operated an agency, grown it over to over 100 clients, launched a software company, which you're going to learn about today, being a dad of 4 growing kids, which is a full-time gig in and of itself. But I still had time to do all these things. And as Rob and I, when we started this conversation here, this is incredibly important. And he and I are completely aligned in this. No success you have in business will replace failure in the home. So you have to like prioritize. If you're a family man or a family woman, you have to prioritize those things. If you're not yet, you know, quality time and relationships are really important. But I've had the ability to go to Hawaii this year, Colorado Springs, South Carolina, Braves game, Greece, Rome, Venice, all this kind of cool stuff. And we did Hawaii twice. The second time I took my parents. It was awesome. That to me was one of the coolest things that I've ever done.
Can I just say something real fast, Sam? And talk as much as you want on this slide, because I think this is, if anybody knows me in my past or my story, whatever you want to call it, or you've been following me for any length of time, like this is actually the area that I am worst at, because I don't like flexing online. My wife and I made a choice to not put pictures of our kids on our social profiles because I run ads and all kinds of stuff, and there's other reasons too, like personal reasons. But, this is like, I just made a post when we got back from the Bahamas, and I said, my biggest flex is my time with my family.
Yes.
The time I get to spend with my family, I think is what I said, right? And if you were able to open my phone and hit the Photos app, it would look like this across like a year.
Yep.
And, I also don't like these people who flex just because they have more, like material things. Like that's not my style. And you do you. If that makes you happy, go for it, man, or woman, whatever you want to do, right? But like if my wife and I did make the decision to post pictures of our kids, you would see my profiles tattooed with something similar to Sam's.
Yes.
And that is by far the biggest gift that this model over time has given me, right? Yes, I had to earn it. Yes, I had to work hard. But this is like normal for us now. In fact, I had to tell my wife we had to say no to a couple trips this year because she wanted to fit like 2 more in. And I was like, I mean, at some point, like you're traveling so much, it's like it can feel like a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
Especially with kids. But dude, this is what it's all about to me. If you are spending time with, like, if you say this, okay, so because so many people get this wrong. If you say, I'm going to start a business because, and then ... whatever that means to you, and somewhere in there, it's to spend more time with my significant other, spend more time with my kids, spend more time with my family, and then you directly adopt a business model, right, that is not conducive to having the type of leverage that gets you this, then those two things are opposing forces. In other words, if you're working 80-hour weeks when you could just go get a job and work 40 hours a week and still have more time with your family, then that would be the vehicle that gets you closer to what you want, right? So let's just assume that everybody works hard, everybody wants to earn it, and understands that nobody's going to just give this to you, okay? But if you choose a model that is diametrically opposed to the thing that you are outwardly saying that you want, then you are literally out of alignment, right? And it's something that I've struggled with. I think every entrepreneur has at some point. But this, to me, might be the most important slide in your deck, because what Sam, and this is what we talked about for almost 2 hours.
Yep.
This system allows you to do this. This model, okay? This model allows you to do this. In my opinion, if you choose a service-based model or a pure service-based model or exchange of time for money model, can you earn more? Yes, but that means you need more time, more effort, not less, okay? So you guys got to be really careful about the model that you try to adopt. And then I'll let you go. I won't do this on every slide, I promise, but I feel like this slide is probably the most important slide. It's making me emotional talking about it, dude.
Yeah.
This is incredible to see. And I'm glad that you put this together. So well done, man. This is awesome.
I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, no, it is a big deal. And it is like, my value system is, money is great, but money comes and goes. We have to, like, why not do these kind of things with the people we love? And I have videos on this stuff. The difference between when I was a kid and when we are now and our kids are kids, I can see my kids forever the way they were, and I can actually enjoy this. And so I feel like I'm not wasting my life, and I'm not wasting. I mean, I could have a Lamborghini, I guess. I don't want a Lamborghini. I have zero interest in a Lamborghini, or I could do this kind of stuff. And it's not either or. It's just like, what do you value? What are you doing this for? Right. And so for me, this is the core thing that I value. And I have to say, at the very bottom right, where I've got my mom and dad there, and then my family to the right. That's biggest, if you want to call it a flex, I'm not flexing outwardly. That's the biggest thing that I've ever been able to do, which is just say, hey, come. I have everything covered. Just come be with us, be with my family. Anyway, it's an important thing. I'm glad you stopped here because I think everybody has to answer, why do I do this? You know, and when you're to the point to where it's like, hey, I'm not making any money, I understand, or I'm making not enough money. I understand that this might seem distant. But you guys, when Rob and I started this thing, all the shortcuts that we're going to show you, and when I say shortcuts, I don't mean no work, right? But all the stuff that we did that was like this, you know, figuring it out. It's like, oh, do we have to go that way or do we, whatever? All those shortcuts that I'm going to show you, you can get there in a fraction of the time. And then you can start doing things like this. It is totally within your grasp. This is not a dream that will never happen. Okay. In fact, maybe let's go to the next slide. I want to start answering a couple of questions that maybe naturally are occurring as we're discussing this. How did you run an agency and still have time to travel? What about managing clients and their performance? These are considerations that right now, if you thought to yourself, well, based on what I'm doing now, I can't even take a weekend off, let alone, you know, several weeks during the year. And then maybe, is it possible for my agency, for what I'm doing? Is it possible for me to do the same? Let me show you. Okay. I won't spend a ton of time here, but just a little bit about me. That's my wife. Those are my kids. 20 years as an entrepreneur, 8 years as an agency owner, top rated podcast. It was called the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Still, the guy that I started with is still doing it today. I stopped about 3 years ago to focus on what I'm going to show you here today. And then I penned this book called New Patient School, the how-to guide for converting more leads into patients. That's what us fancy authors say. We penned a book. Anyway, it's kind of a whatever. All right. But maybe in the agency space, right? My biggest claim to fame is I did have a published case study published by Facebook's business department, right? They even gave me this fancy little plaque, right? Put it on the wall. You can do it. And in my space, I was the only, and still am the only agency to have a case study published by Facebook in, you know, on their business. Now they have Meta Business and they got rid of their Facebook business case studies, which really ticks me off. But if you do a Google search, you can still find stuff by Espresso and a couple other sites. Anyway, it's a big claim to fame if you know this space. To me, it was a very important kind of validating step in my business. And I'm sure that when I had it, I looked like, oh man, I got everything dialed in. I know exactly what I'm doing. I am at the pinnacle of success in the agency game. But the reality was, it wasn't that, man. I felt a lot more like the guy on the stranded island dealing with different problems every single day. I mean, the business was way harder than I thought. Okay. And maybe some of you identify with this, and maybe some of you identify with this on the first day when you have an agency. You're like, man, this is the best business ever. I'm going to make a ton of money. And then you start doing marketing math. That's what I call it. Just do the math. Like, okay, if I have 10 clients, I'll make this much. If I have 20 clients, I'll make this much. Right? And that gets really exciting to start doing that marketing math. And you go to bed thinking, right? And for the first couple of clients, you're like super excited, right? And then, you know, that ego gets puffed up a little bit. You're like, man, my status is really rising in the world right now. And everybody thinks I'm successful, but this is the truth, you guys. Like hiring, it ain't no fun. I'm not good at hiring. I suck at hiring. Okay. I'm not good at it. Okay. Churn. Oh my gosh. Churn was never something that you considered when you jumped into the agency game. You just thought, dude, my services are so good. People are going to stay forever. And they churn for no reason sometimes. Like sometimes it's just like, I didn't make $1 million this week, so I'm done. It's like, what are you talking about? You made 10,000 this week or whatever the number is, right? And then you don't consider what it takes to fulfill for 5 clients, what it takes to fulfill for 20, for 50, for 100. And so you end up doing this, I call it Frankenstein automation. It really wasn't even automation back then. It was like Frankenstein people. Like, we're going to hire that guy to do this thing that we don't really know how to do, blah, 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 all this kind of crap. And so when I looked successful, I still felt like this. That's the point. Okay. And for me, something had to change. All of this hiring, firing, all that stuff, at the end of the month, there was nothing left for me. I was making some money, but I was making the same money that the guy who went to college and got a job and doesn't have to think about anything when he quits his 9 to 5, like when he's done at 5 o'clock, he's not doing what I'm doing. I'm stressing my mind out on everything, and we're still making the same amount of money. That is not something that I wish on anybody. That's not how you want to run a business, right? Why you didn't get into this to do that. Now, what's interesting is when I had this published case study, I actually, in my own mind, I felt really awesome. I mean, it is validating in a lot of different respects, but I thought I was going to get a ton of clients from it. I really did. I was like, dude, I'm the only agency in my space with published results. That makes me the best. Clients, come on, let's go. Clients didn't care, dude. They did not give a rat's behind-o. You guys, they didn't care. But agencies cared. And then this guy right here, he cared. Now, this is my partner today. His name is Bradley. And back then he was building this tool. He said, hey, man, we're building a tool for agencies. We need some insights into what folks like you need in your agency. Do you offer consulting? It's like, sure. Why wouldn't we offer consulting? Yeah, let's talk. So we started talking with those guys and they were telling us what they were building. And at the time, honestly, what they were building was not something that any of you guys would have been excited about back then, but they had a base of infrastructure that was like, whoa, what if we could start doing some cool stuff? So this is like the new opportunity phase of my agency turning into something different. So over the next 8 months, I went into the what if we could cycle phase. That's basically, here's how that would work. Okay. I would go to Bradley and his team of developers and I say, dude, I hate this thing. Here's an idea. What about this? Could we come up with some kind of solution? This was the whole thing. I'd do this over and over and over again. For example, I'd say, Bradley, what if we could create ads from a library of pre-built campaigns? When I get a new client, I'm not creating from scratch their offers, their ad. I'm not creating, I mean, I'll modify their ad copy so it says this doctor's name and like this town. I'm not like reinventing the wheel. What if we could just create a library where we pre-build them and they're there? Okay, yeah, let's do that. Bradley, what if we could launch ads without getting into Ads Manager? I hate jumping in and out of Ads Manager, especially when they took away Power Editor. A lot of you guys don't know what Power Editor is, but dude, it's such a pain in the butt going in and out of stuff. Not good, right? And then I said, Bradley, what if we can make, with those two things that we just did, what if we could make ad creation intuitive? Intuitive meaning the opposite of experienced and educated. Intuitive, like you could just launch ads without knowing how to launch ads. In fact, what if we did it so good that we could make Facebook ads so easy, even our clients, our end user, our customer, they could do it. And that was the impetus of taking us from that horrific, complicated, crazy model to what we're looking at today. So then in 2020, so 2020 is pandemic year, mind you, right? So 2020, I said, we're pulling up the stakes. We're changing everything, okay? We're not offering ads as a service anymore. We're not doing any manual creation, all that stuff. I mean, I can't tell, when I say mistake prone, we'd misspell a person's name or we'd misspell the town or we would misspell something at least twice a month and I would look like an idiot. I mean, I am kind of an idiot, but besides, I don't want to look like one all the time. You know what I mean? And instead of going in and me saying, okay, you got to click this, then that, then this, all of that wasted activity, those repeat things, we got rid of all of them. And we replaced them with this new thing. So instead of ads as a service, we replaced them with ads software as a service. Instead of media buyers, that's the big one. No media buyers. We replaced them with 3-click automation. Okay. And instead of all this time fulfilling, creating ads, providing reactive support, just chasing our tails, we shifted all of our customer service to proactive support. I can't tell you the difference in preemptively finding a problem, whether it's lead volume or something else, for a client saying, hey, so-and-so, we noticed that your lead volume has fallen. We've made a quick change. You should see that uptick in the next 24 to 48 hours. Let us know if you have any questions. See ya. Our support went to like non-existent. It was crazy. So my new agency, with that change, with that shift, dude, I got my next 100 clients, bam, like that. It was easy peasy. So to some of them, I offered DIY ads, which I'll show you here in a second. To the others, I maintained my done for you. I just did it with software instead with media buyers, and people absolutely loved it. And the craziest part of this whole thing, okay, all of the software, all the automation worked so well that I ran my entire agency with a part-time stay-at-home mom, and still do to this day, by the way. Okay. And that's not to mention that, here's the other crazy part. My results actually got better. Our service got better. That's the big one, right? You don't have to, like, if you're not spending all this time fixing errors or creating ads, all that kind of stuff, you have so much time to help your people, actually help your people. My churn concern, I got to tell you, this was one that, like, when you guys see more of my model, this was one that just happened. I didn't figure it out. I didn't say, oh, I'm going to do this to fix my churn. It just happened. I was like, seems like people are staying a long time. Is that just me, or is that right? Right.
And the reason why is because what you do is you provide something so valuable that it would be painful for them to go out and manually replicate it themselves.
Yeah.
That's why.
Totally, it wasn't a plan.
Right.
Did not plan that to happen. It just happened. Right.
Yeah. So smart.
And then another crazy thing happened. This was probably the craziest thing. I actually fell back in love with the game, right? The thing that excited me about the agency game when I started, that dwindled away, reignited as soon as I figured it out, right? So I went from the SMMA agency to the SaaS world. I went from happy and ready to quit to renewed confidence and very profitable, right? So how can you guys do this? How can you follow or implement the same model yourself? It's all about having the right tools, baby. Introducing your new biz friend, Uppy. That's Uppy right there, you guys. And Uppy is the little, mascot of UpHex. UpHex is a white label SaaS platform. It's built to help you make it so you can launch ads in 3 clicks, or even better, your clients can launch ads in 3 clicks. And because, again, it's white label, that means that when you sell Facebook ads as a software, like when you have this unique offer to people, you're selling it as if it's your own product. Okay. You're not out there like bragging about UpHex. You don't got to say boo about UpHex, right? This is your platform. Okay. Which is cool. You own a software company without the expense of developers and all the software costs that I have. That's pretty sweet, right? And like I said, the very beginning of this is built with the local lead generation agency in mind. Okay. It was built by my lead gen agency for your lead gen agency, and all the problems that we've gone over: getting clients, fulfilling, performance, hiring, training, growing, churn, cash, operations. All of these things are solved when you convert from software and people, from service and people to software and automation. It's an absolute game changer. So when we solved our problems, we solved yours. That doesn't put me above you guys. That just puts me a little bit forward in time, right? So there you are. You're ready to start taking those steps upward yourself. Let's do a quick recap on what this is. So the SaaS model for ads, so SuperSAAS, it's all about onboarding clients super easy, creating ads in seconds. I can show, and this is actually an exaggeration, requires 2 minutes of training to operate. I can show one of my dumb clients. If my dumb clients are watching this, you know what I mean? I don't actually mean you're dumb. You're just not too bright. I can show one of my clients how to run ads in less than 2 minutes. I can show them, in fact, in like 30 seconds. Bam, 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 done. And it requires a lot less time to run. Okay. Your service is proactive. That's a big one. Churn concern just it changes. Doesn't mean it goes away. It changes, it adapts, so you can change and adapt and make it even better. I did a thing with Sean maybe 2 months ago, and he has a quote in that video where it's like, yeah, we don't want you to keep clients for 4 months. We want you to keep them for 4 years, right? That's what we want you to do. Right. And then instead of mistake, human error, that's all gone. And then you're going to fall back in love. So here's my question. Do you guys want to see Uppy deliver an ad? Do you want to see this thing in action? Grab the chat. I haven't gone to the chat here in a little bit. Okay. Omid wants to. You guys? Yes. Okay. Awesome. So I did something kind of funny, Rob. I did a demo video on this once. And the person that was watching it said, I think it just looked easy because you were the one doing it and you know which buttons to push. Like, okay. So what I did was, that's my daughter, Mia. And I shot this video to make sure that you guys know this is not just easy for me. This is so easy that a 10-year-old can do it. So watch what Mia does.
All right.
Wait, before you, can you hit pause real fast?
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. Do you guys remember those commercials? Like, and I don't want to steal Mia's thunder. I'm sure this is amazing and excellent. What is it? So easy a caveman could do it. Perfect.
Yeah.
I knew there was some sort of weird relational thing. Okay, so there's something to that. These insurance company, I think that was an insurance company, wasn't it?
It's Geico. Yeah, Geico.
And then there was another insurance company that was, I think it was Progressive. It was like technology when you need it, when you want it, humans when you don't, something like that. Right. So think about how like soundbitey that is. Right. And how compelling that sounds. Right. Because the other thing that Sean Clark says is that the key differentiator is not just the tool. It's that you are not a corporate company who doesn't give a shit about your clients. Right. You get to hand select your clients. They have you. They have a real person, another small business owner that they can relate to much more than a corporate company who just has a good tagline, basically. Right. Yeah. So this is nothing new, y'all. This is a proven, like when you upgrade to this level of ease, right? And Mia's probably gonna explain it much better, but to me, like all kinds of bells have been ringing. Like it's like, you know, this is not just a slight improvement here. Like I think what Mia's gonna show y'all is that this is gonna be like, your clients are gonna go, oh my God, like I just click a few buttons and it's done. And like, imagine having that as your own inside the software, solving all those litany of problems, right? Because this is the thing, guys, it's really, you have to understand how, when you said dummy earlier, I knew what you meant, because most small business owners are at least a decade, but sometimes more like 2 or 3 decades behind in technology, because it's scary to them.
Yeah.
They're in the golden age of their life, most of them. I think the baby boomers are selling like 30,000 small businesses a day or something. I saw a stat the other day, right? Do you think those guys are going to try to learn technology? Those guys and gals, it's like, no, you know, they're not going to do that. So they don't want to learn anything new. They don't want the hard way. They want so here's the staples thing. They want the easy button. Like smack that thing. So Mia's about to smack the easy button. but go ahead. I
that's exactly right.
Highlight that because you've been saying like dropping bombs. And I think that if you understand the psychology of the marketplace at large, you will win with this strategy just by showing up. It's like, because it's such a big, significant difference, right? So much more friction with the old way. This is the new way, right? So think of it that way. Go ahead.
There's no editing in this video other than like cut from camera angle to camera angle. Mia, I literally, well, I'm going to explain it, but there's no editing here. So we'll see what happens.
All right, to show us how easy this really is, this is my 10-year-old little girl, Mia. Hi. She has never used this software. This is her first time, her first day. I walked her through it real quick. You ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right, Mia, go ahead. Medicine. Okay, well, you already know what you're doing. Well, hold on. You're going too fast. All right, keep going. That's fine. I told her which ad to run. Go ahead and put in $10. It's fine.
Okay, that's my favorite number anyways.
All right. Put in the thank you page that I gave you. I did give her a thank you page. Yep. You did it. Okay. And just like that.
I was
You did it. It literally took her less than 30 seconds. Good job, man.
By the way, she actually, that video is on my YouTube channel. She loves being on that video. She wants to be a YouTuber. So anyway, you guys, it's that easy. So instead of 63 clicks, okay, going into Ads Manager, doing all this clicking around, I counted it one time. Now it changes, the platform changes. So this could be different now. But I remember going in, I was like, I wonder how many clicks it takes to actually create a campaign. It was 63 clicks. And by the way, those are 63 educated, experienced and nuanced clicks, right? UpX, 3 clicks. Okay. Category, ad library, launch. Bam. That's all it is. Okay. Now, I know that again, we've forgotten. It's awesome. And it does work for anything local. Chiropractors, dentists, orthodontists, plastic surgeons, med spas. Yeah, it works for those. Car dealer, auto shop, HVAC, roofers, plumbers, solar contractors. Yep, works for those. Mortgage, real estate, insurance, financial planning. Yep, works for those. If it needs leads, if it's a local business and it needs leads, it needs customers, it works. But that's not all, you guys. Okay. UpX is an awesome tool. It's part of the equation. It's going to make this model and what you're doing an absolute game changer. But we need a little bit more than that to make this thing really sing. Okay. So that's why when we started from the very beginning, when we started, it wasn't very long into us building UpX to where we're like, man, we need to make this thing seamlessly integrate into HighLevel. We need this thing to look like it is a part of HighLevel when it's built, when it's done, when it's being used by your clients. That's why when you launch ads from HighLevel, okay, it looks like it's part of HighLevel. Like when you launch ads from UpX, right? It looks like it's part of HighLevel. So when you resell the DIY marketing to your clients, they look at it like, oh, that's your XYZ agencies. That's their launching platform. That's amazing, right? You can still offer done for you. I still have a done for you program in my agency. It's higher ticket. We offer different things at a different tier of value. But guess what? All the ad creation, all that stuff is still done without media buyers, still done with UpX. Okay. Basically, because we built the two things together, because we were thinking about the end of GHL, that's where these people are going to use this. That means that you're going to be able to make a lot more doing a lot less. Okay. There's a ton of cool things that you can do with this, by the way. Event marketing, that's awesome. Lead gen, that's awesome. Okay. Let's go into a couple of case studies here. We'll go through these. I know you guys don't, we don't need to spend a ton of time here, but this was one of our first case studies. A guy named Forrest Adset. He posted this thing: launch your own ads in 45 seconds without logging into Facebook Ads Manager. He posted that thing. And during his 2-week trial, he got, it's actually 35. We did a case study later. He said it was actually 35, but here he says 33. He says, dude, at the bottom, he said, this thing is so easy, it's selling itself. Okay. 33 clients in a 2-week free trial. Joel Ketty, during his free trial, $3,000 of monthly recurring revenue before his trial was up. By the way, he was doing a trial in a new HighLevel account and UpX at the same time. $3,000 in monthly recurring revenue. That means his software stack didn't cost him anything. It was free. Right? Trevor Briggs. This is a cool one. Trevor, and actually today, this was when I'm going to show you this. So 20,000 collected between, so SuperSAAS clients in October and November. I did a case study with him. I published, I want to say last month. He doubled that. I followed over. He is absolutely crushing it with this model, crushing it. Okay. He shared his model with this. Maybe it was him. Anyway, this guy, Dre Black, he comes in, same thing. First client incoming. I think this was like his second day. Okay. First client incoming. Day 3 of my 14-day trial, client number 2 landed. Okay. Day 3 of my 14-day trial, client landed. This one was a cool one. I think this one was like a week into his trial. He got this guy logged in, running ads. And the guy's like, dude, this is so amazing. I would like to start sending you back-end money. Like, I want you to not just make money for sending me all these awesome leads for my niche. I'm going to pay you an extra $100 every time we close a deal. Back-end money, you guys, back-end money, right? And by the way, I told Dre, I'm like, dude, you better build your agency model around that. Like, those are now your terms. If one person is willing to pay you on the back end, you make that part of your offer. Then this is Adam Lucky. Adam was in our original cohort of UpXers, right? He comes in and he says, I bolted on $10,000 of recurring revenue by posting this cheesy green screen video on like TikTok and whatever. Boom, 10 grand recurring revenue in his agency, right? Yes, Adam is all over TikTok. Yeah. Now this one is a big one. Alex Machuca. Alex, he's going to tell you his own story. Alex is a good dude, smart guy, but his agency before UpHex is doing $500,000 a month in revenue, 500 grand a month. And this is what he had to say.
Hey, Sam, when I
Yeah.
first saw this, and you know what's crazy? You know how I found out about this? I was on a demo for my agency and I was trying to sell him lead gen services. It was a mortgage broker. And he goes, have you ever heard of UpX? And I'm like, no. I'm like, what is that? He's like, it's just this thing. And normally, like, I would have just wrote it off, but I was like, you know what? Let me look into this. It sounds interesting. And I looked into it and I stopped what I was doing. I made my entire team stop what they were doing. I brought them all into the conference room and I was like, we are doing this right now before everybody finds out about this. We have to do this right now. And we completely pivoted. This was like really pushed us over to a complete pivot for SaaS almost immediately. Cause I was like, dude, and I say this to everybody, all the mortgage brokers, I truly believe that this is going to revolutionize the marketing industry because now the average Joe can advertise with just a few clicks of a button.
That's awesome, dude. Pretty awesome. I mean, he's completely pivoted his thing and, we're getting a lot of people saying really cool things.
So Sam, did you know that Alex started fresh in my program? And
No.
he got it, I think it up to like 250 or 300 grand a month just running our playbook.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did
and
not. He's awesome.
He's amazing. He scaled super fast. And like a lot of us, he hit glass ceilings and, a kind of a roller coaster of revenue. I won't tell you guys the details because it's not my information to share. But he ran with our playbook for a long time until he found two other big levers to pull in his agency. So he innovated on top of our sort of like systemization of the service. So he ran ads, did lead nurturing, and did reactivations, which is our exact model, right? So if any of you are doing lead gen, not only can you, I just want to add this because I think it's relevant, right? The reason why he can charge, I think he was charging like $5,000 a month last time I talked to him. How can someone charge $5,000 a month to mortgage brokers? Well, not only is he selling the SaaS part of it, but he's also doing reactivations, which is worth, 5 to 6 figures in their first month of mortgage broker commissions alone. The ads as a service, it doesn't matter if the software is doing it or he's doing it manually. The client doesn't give a crap, right? In fact, they probably think it's kind of fun to click a few buttons and see it go live. Some immediate gratification there, right? And they added lead nurturing to it to follow up with leads fast. So solving the speed to lead problem. Again, if any of you have been following me for any length of time, that's literally what our whole program is about, is reactivating old leads because they don't cost anything and nurturing the leads, the new inbound leads that are coming, whether that's from organic sources, paid sources. But several people, Alex started basically from nothing and grew it to, multi-million-dollar a year agency. But several people who are already experienced, like they've already got 50, 100, 200 clients, they're doing lead gen for them. They just add on lead nurturing and they double their monthly pricing. So they'll double their MRR very easily by adding lead nurturing to it because it gets them exponentially better results. It's a huge lever to pull.
Yeah.
Guys, this is another one of those levers. Like think about your client just going, well, I clicked that ad. So it's kind of my fault that I chose that ad. Not my fault, but they take some more ownership over it too, which I think is part of this, right? And then, okay, great. I selected that ad. And you go, great. We're going to handle lead nurturing and reactivate all those dead leads that you have for you. That is so easy to scale, you guys. You could sign up. You could spend almost all your time signing new clients up and almost no time fulfilling. Think about that, right? So that's kind of the way that we teach it, right? Is like actually goes in this order: reactivation first, bolt on lead nurturing, and then turn the ads on.
Yeah.
Right. Because you work from what's closest to the sale and go out to the coldest audience, right? So do you guys see how all that can work as just copy that system? This is another lever at that hard, the reason why we tell people to do ads last is because it has the most variables. Well, you're taking almost all of those variables out with UpHex. Does that make sense to everybody? Anyone confused about that at this point? Like he's productizing that part of it. So this is going to be an easy thing to add on. You can use it to, acquire new clients to get them in the door, of course, because it's different, it's new, it's right, all those things. But Imagine if you just had that, fix that one thing. Now you've got 3 powerful things in your system that you're selling to the marketplace, and almost none of it requires your time at scale, right? You can source all these things or give it to the client as a responsibility. That's huge leverage, guys. Like
Yeah.
huge leverage. So it just made me think of that because of Alex, and he literally ran our playbook, but he was doing the ads manually.
Yeah.
And so he added this on, and that removed, I don't know how much. We should ask him someday, but he probably raised his prices, cut his time for fulfillment way down, increased his churn, like all the things that you want.
He's got
Right.
some big stuff planned, man. Like he's
Does
a
he?
big thinker, you know, and he's going to do some big stuff in the space for sure. So he's a good dude. You guys, we're helping a lot of people. It's really exciting. And, you know, I think it's cool when we see all of those people getting those results. And you come into, like, you see videos on my YouTube channel, the comments, that's awesome. But this is a video I did with Sean Clark, and his insight was really cool. I want you guys to watch this. It's less than a minute and see what he had to say about this new model offer combo.
And I think what's great about UpHex in the way they've done it is they've taken a really key offering and they've dialed it back from you have to operate as a $2,000 unaffordable, high churn, kind of very laborious, quite frankly, offering, to a really great, easy to price, very saleable, very scalable, very churn resistant situation. And it's just an incredible, great combo. And it's very easy to do. And I think, quite frankly, it's just how you're going to make money. Like, if you want to make a business, if you want to make more money, if you want to have high profit, if you want to scale, if you want to have good exit values, if you want to raise money, all of these things, you have to do it in the construct of a SaaSpreneur style business. And that's exactly what we're offering. So I think it's a great time to get in on.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for the recommendation. No, you guys, it's awesome. I mean, when you combine these two things, it is a game changer. You got lead gen, run, you know, all that cool automation, and you got the lead nurturing, everything that comes with HighLevel, and they both just keep getting better. You know, they keep getting better and offering more things so you guys can really solve the problems of your customers. So right now, this is you guys.
Are you serious? I'm dead serious.
This is pretty exciting. You know, I'm excited about this for a lot of different reasons, but I hope you guys are excited as well. So let me ask you a question. Are you guys as excited as Uppy is? You know, Uppy absolutely loves this offer, loves this combo, loves that the synergies between HighLevel and UpHex. Are you guys excited about this? And would you like to see how this might work in your agency? Hell yes. Okay. Che, or we got Omid. Yeah. Omid, you're crushing today. Tanya. Yes. Awesome. Well, I want to give you guys, I did something special for you. Okay. Launch your agency in just 14 days. And I wanted to put together an offer, like Rob says, something special for you guys to help you take what I've shown you today and implement it in your agency. So as I thought through that process and what you would need, I came up with a couple things. I'm going to walk you through those now so you can see how this works. So the first thing, what are some things that you're going to need to succeed? Okay. Well, number one, you're going to need some ads. Okay. If you're experienced, if you've already been in the game for a while, which I don't know, Rob, I'm guessing we probably have quite a few of those folks since they're in your crew. You guys are going to absolutely love UpHex, because instead of building the campaign over and over and over again in Ads Manager, you're going to do it one time in UpHex. One time, and then you'll never build another campaign, that campaign, ever again. So if you're experienced, you're going to love us. If you're a newbie, you're also going to love us. Why? Because we have a library of, I don't know what the count is right now. I think it's over 500 ads. These are ad templates that you can swipe and start creating your own library, right? So this is a library that everybody in UpHex has access to. You download what you want, you modify it, you make it your own. Boom, now you got ads, right? Now, our ads in our library includes lead gen ads from 35 different niches. Actually, it's more now. I think it's like 40 or 50. Need to update this. Okay. Hundreds of pre-built ads, as well as lead forms. So not just the ads, we also build and create the lead form for you. So you import it, boom, it's ready to go, including targeting. Like, so all your targeting is set up, all done. Okay. We add a bunch of them, and then they're so easy to modify, right? In fact, I tell a lot of people, like, And I've got videos, we've got trainings on how to do this. Take the ones, if you're in roofing, take all of the ones from roofing, import them, and then go through them one by one, do some research, make them your own, make them like your personality, and just make these things, make your agency have a product that you can stand by. It's pretty awesome. All right. And you have unlimited access to all of them. I don't care if you download the entire library, which you shouldn't do that. That just shows lack of focus. But you can, if you want to be a, ADD agency person, which there's a lot of you guys out there and gal, you need to stop that. All right. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get that entire library. What else do you need? Well, think maybe some clients. You're going to need some clients. Robb, the reason I love, in fact, I just did one with Mike Cooch too. So he's not wrong. Mike Cooch, Robb Bailey, the two best in the business. So you guys show and teach how to get clients. I'm going to up the ante maybe a little bit with some of the new tools that we're going to give you. There's 3 sales funnels that I think you can start using immediately. Free trial. Okay. I don't love free trials. However, when your product is good, when your onboarding is dialed in, you can really make it work. In fact, I've done a webinar where it offers a free trial, 14 days. My conversions to customers were in the 90th percentiles. I'll do that all day long. If I can get 15 people to convert from a webinar and 90% of them convert, I'm doing that. Okay. So free trial, demo call. Demo call is your low hanging fruit. That's what you guys are probably, used to doing. Here's a sales funnel built with the features and benefits that you'll have once you have the UpX offer. And of course, you're not going to put UpX at the top of there. And then lead loss. Like maybe you're like, hey, this is cool. I like UpX. I like what it's doing, but my core competency, what we do is websites, or what we do is fill in the blank. Like HighLevel gives some cool stuff. Dude, honestly, if I was a website company, I would probably offer Facebook ads for free. Lifetime, like, hey, you pay me $97 or $297, whatever. One time, I'll give you lifetime Facebook ads. And then, but you have to you have to have a website with us, right? Those are the terms, which by the way, if you're watching this, you're like, well, wait a minute. If somebody's going to offer it for free and I'm going to do it for $497 a month, how do we coexist? You guys, trust me. 1, your clients don't know the different offers. 2, you can absolutely coexist if you niche down enough, if you make your product unique, if you look at your customer, you understand the game, you're never going to have to compete with anybody. This game is always about learning how to not compete, right? In fact, I'm going to be doing I call it an Ask Me Anything with a guy who was a direct competitor of mine in our agency space. Same exact avatar. We competed for a very long time against each other, but we're friends. Like, dude, let's do this. And he's a G, man. That guy knows how to sell better than I do. And I'm like, hey, let's do this together. So trust me, don't think that way. I mean, if I was in the gym space, and if Robb was doing the gym space and I was doing the gym space, I would not be like threatened by Robb. I'd be like, hey, that's how he does it. I'm going to find my way to do it. And we both would have a way to succeed. All right. So you're going to get these awesome, awesome sales funnels. What about support videos? I know you guys are all about the white label support videos. We want to do as little work as possible. I get that. So let me throw in a few of these little babies so you guys can layer these into your accounts, have these SaaS resources so you can show people, how to use UpX, how to use different stuff. So you're going to get our suite of white label support videos as well. So here's what you're getting. Okay. Getting all the stuff. You're getting our ad library. I think it's over 500 ads. You're getting our pre-built sales funnels. You're going to get those. Okay. And including follow-up snapshots. Like we got follow-up stuff. Again, I'm sure Robb's got all that stuff. And it's probably way better than mine. And then white label support stuff. You guys, here's the crazy thing. I'm going to give you all of this risk-free for 14 days, all of it. Okay. And you're going to get all of it just for trying UpX. I'm not getting money from you right now. You're going to get all these things, meaning you download my snapshot, you keep it. I don't care. You download ads from my ads library, you keep them. Just for trying UpX. That's how much I believe in this thing. That's how awesome it is, because I know once you get in there, you're like, no, yes, this is as sold. I understand it. But wait, there's more. As there always is, right? One of the things that I think are really important, and I think Robb is building a community. I mean, what we're doing here today is part of that. I am trying to follow suit. I mean, Sean Clark has been awesome. I mean, he's in his Facebook group all the time. It blows me away. Robb's doing the same thing, communicating and with his group. And what that does is that fosters the same engagement and sharing and community. You guys are all here. I mean, again, we have a huge show rate today because you guys are a part of his community and you're helping each other. Okay. Our group, our Facebook group is doing the same thing. I haven't converted over to school yet. Rob and I are going to talk about that. I don't know exactly all the hubbub about that. Maybe maybe I need to get schooled up on that. Oh, schooled up. So, but our group is awesome. People are answering questions. People are helping. People are, brainstorming ideas. Some people are setting up meetings to talk to each other. Awesome. We also have daily calls, right? So Monday through Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's always somebody talking about UpX, whether it's onboarding, technical support, Facebook stuff, or with me, I'm talking sales, marketing, strategy, and this, one of these, these kind of things. Rob's going to come on one of my Friday Ask Me Anything meetings, and we're going to talk about some cool stuff, right, Rob? Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, have to.
I love just like Rob, I love getting on there and making these meetings really value jam-packed full of value. Like what, and I call mine Ask Me Anything because you can ask me anything and I will answer. I will give you a varnished, an unvarnished answer. I've even had people ask me about my diet. I'm like, it's not great. I need to be better, but thanks for noticing, I guess. I don't know. All right. So if you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, let me go over a couple of FAQs real quick. We'll just blast through these because I think we have some Q&A coming up at the end. Okay. It might be hard to set up. You guys, it's not hard to set up. I did a webinar with Mike Cooch. By the time we got done, when we were during Q&A, somebody messaged in and said, hey, I already set up my UpX account and I launched my first ad. This thing's amazing. It's not hard. Okay. If I need support or help, we've got daily calls. We have an awesome support center, okay, chat widget, and the Facebook group has been a really good resource. And we have videos, we have all sorts of stuff for people to get help. What if I'm new to Facebook ads? I do think that if you're going to offer Facebook ads, you should understand Facebook ads. The reality is you can become a really good advertiser, like understand advertising and offer creation. And that can be your core competency, and you can still crush it with UpX because our setup and all that kind of stuff, even our targeting, it's all automated. So you set it up once, like if you were doing like dentistry, you just download a dentistry thing and then you put your own offer in there. All the targeting is going to be right. Okay. How good are the ads in the library? They're good. They're going to, it's a spectrum, not all are going to be amazing. Not all are going to be, they're on a spectrum, but they're not there to just like take and use. They're there to serve as a swipe file, like import them as a library and then modify them and create your own. You don't want to have an agency that has the exact same ads. This is not hard to do. We've got videos on it that, if you spend an hour or two, you can become pretty proficient at creating your own ads. Can you still offer done for you? I do. I have a second price tier, $3,000 a month. People pay it. Do I have to use Go HighLevel? If you want to resell software as a service, yes, you need. If you want people to be able to launch their own ads, you need HighLevel. How much is it after the free trial? Money. Let's talk about money. I'm an agency. I started out as an agency and I priced this thing to grow as you grow and then to cap and make you crazy amounts of money. So it's only $97 a month when you have 1 to 3 clients. 4 to 10, $297. But then I cap it. It's $497 a month. So if you've got 11 clients or 1,100 clients or 11,000 clients, it's $497 a month. Okay. Again, I price this thing to help you guys go out there and crush it with whatever model you want to have. Okay. Price to help you grow. You serious, Clark? Yes, Eddie, we're serious. All right. Here's what you guys are getting. This is all the stuff. Okay. Crazy value. You're getting it just for doing the free trial, all this stuff just for trying it. Now I'm going to go ahead and flash the way to get it here. Let me put it in the chat as well. Let's see here. And then we'll do a Q&A here. Actually, hold on. Where's my, Rob, can you put that in the chat?
Yep. I actually typed it.
You got it
minutes
already?
ago, and it said people were saying that the link is not loading. So I'm trying it and it's not working for me. It says 404 page not found. That's weird.
I tried it this morning. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
worked before.
Yeah. Let me do this real quick. Make sure I have I copied that link over. Let me just make sure.
I tried it with an S and it's still not working.
Let me go to our messenger chat here. Let's see here.
It's weird. Well, no stress, guys. It's all Sam and I work on that. I can actually explain a couple things to you guys. Thing one is I really want for you to just try UpHex, right? Like a lot of you guys are asking good questions. We'll answer some of them, but y'all just try it. You have nothing to lose, right? Sam's going to give you free stuff you can keep, even if you don't end up using it after 14 days. I'm going to give you our entire niche campaign library as a thank you for showing up live today.
That's
And all I'm asking you to do is just sign up with a trial with UpHex. Okay. So email our team at support@robbbailey.com and show them a little screenshot that you're signed up for a trial with UpHex. My team will send you a link to download our entire campaign library. There's over 62 niches. Every time we help a consulting client do a new niche, we create a Facebook ad with approved Facebook copy that we manually submit to Facebook, get it approved and reviewed, and then put some ad spend behind it. And we also create a 2-step landing page, and I think maybe a 3-step landing page for all of them. Maybe not all of them have the 3-step, and then we give you our full-blown lead nurturing sequence for each of those niches too, with a proven offer that we've run that's worked. Okay, so you guys can go in there, download those snapshots, upload them to your UpHex account, and use them as you wish. Okay, you can sell them for lots of money, go out there, become a millionaire. Great, whatever. If you end up not liking UpHex for whatever reason, you can keep all that stuff. All right. That's just my thank you for giving this a shot, giving Sam and I the time of day. I think you're going to make money with it. Sam's got prospecting stuff. I've got free prospecting stuff in our group. Between those two things, you should be able to go out and put this together. If you go out there and earn it, put yourself out there, do some prospecting, do some client generating activities, should be able to make some money. Okay.
All right, Rob. So I've got this. I have this. Jacob creates an affiliate link for all of our people if they don't give us a shortener.
Okay, I know why. I don't have the GHL dot.
Yeah, but this is the one that I made. Your team made one. That was the one that they gave us.
I know. They put the wrong URL in the shortener, I think. Hang on one sec.
All right.
Mitch, can you go in and see what the URL is? I think it's, you can just drop that one in here, buddy. That's fine.
All right. So everybody that's watching this, these are all the stuff.
There we go. Thank you, Enrique.
But I think it has somebody else's name in here, but just, this is raw. I did not edit it because we were using a different one.
No, it's all right.
All right.
There we go. Thanks, Sam.
I didn't put it to everyone. Hold on.
I'll do it. All right. So here you go. Free 14-day trial. You get my entire campaign library free just for trying. All right. So that's kind of my bonus. I think it's the easiest thing to plug in, keep it simple, help you guys go out there making money starting immediately without, like, we're still staying in tunnel vision, staying in your swim lane. I see people get bonuses all the time that it's like this giant sort of Russell Brunson style stack. I'm not a fan of doing that, because if the whole goal is to make money, then I know the things that it takes to go out and make the money, and it's not more information or some course that you maybe get lost in for an entire day. Prospecting, having sales conversations, doing demos, walking people through trials, getting them to use the software, guys, that's what's going to put money in your pocket and keep it there. Keep that churn rate low, increase your retention rate, raise your prices. Those are all things that help you put food on the table. Okay, that's how I was. I grew up pretty poor and kind of grew up in the hood. I had a good childhood, but there was days where I was literally hungry. I remember that feeling, and I just so I've always been a fan of direct response first, go out and sell first. You can always refine later. You can always get fancy later. But what happened with my 535 location agency was I found that we didn't want to get fancy. We didn't want to add anything more. Once it was working, it just took off, and it was fantastic. We had all this free time. We could just focus on selling, and actually helping our clients and spending time with our families and going on trips and all kinds of cool stuff. So that's how I prefer it. Obviously, you guys can innovate on this whatever way you want, but that's why I'm giving you the campaign library, because if you pair that with our, lead nurturing systems and our database reactivation strategy, you can do what Sam's doing. You can choose. You can either just sell it as software, like he's suggesting, or you can do like Sam, we kind of teach a SaaS model, software with a service.
Yeah.
But they're highly leveraged services. They're almost like productized products, right? Like, so if you just add on lead nurturing, outsource it for a really low price per month, add on database reactivation, really low price per month, use our campaigns, use our offers, use our proven follow-up templates. You've got a really nice business there, right, guys, that anybody can go out and do for not that much money. If you go out and try to start a McDonald's, like a franchise of any sort, I mean, McDonald's now are like $1 million and more before you ever sell a stinking hamburger. If you do an auto detailing franchise, if you do a gym franchise, I mean, you're in the hole. It takes months and months and months of development and promotion before you even able to sell a single thing, right? With this model, you can literally plug it in and be selling today.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference, y'all. So, all right, Sam, do you want to cover a couple questions?
Yeah,
Y'all,
I'll
I'm just
do
gonna
like
put
a couple of rapid fire stuff. I see the
let's go.
Q&A and then I got chat.
Yeah.
So Mitch asked about interest targeting. So all of the targeting that exists in Ads Manager, you'll find in UpX. You'll templatize it. So if you wanted to do, I will say you shouldn't do a lot of targeting. If it's a local business, let your psychographics do the targeting, meaning what your ad says.
Yes.
You guys, the algorithm already knows who the ad is for just based on what creative and words you put into it. When you're layering on interest and all these other things, that's how we did it like 3 years ago. We don't do that anymore. In fact, I haven't even run a remarketing campaign for 3 years. So just to give you, but yes, you have that capability in UpX. Does this work? Right now, it only works for Facebook. We are working on a second platform. I'll leave that TBD for the moment. For the time being, Facebook is everything you need to make this thing go and crush it. Do you need 500 level? So you do need a GHL account. You need the ability to at least have unlimited sub accounts, and that's at $297. That's their price point for that. If you want to like what Rob's talking about, being able to upsell and have this total package, you need their SaaS package. But the price only increases as you get more customers. So we're not a feature increase, like, hey, you pay us more money, we'll give you more features. It's, hey, you add more users, your price increases. So we grow with you, and we cap it out at $497. Do we earn percent of ad spend through the platform? Not through UpX. And that's not typically a thing in local lead generation, like a percentage of ad spend. That's generally what people do in the e-commerce space, and we're not doing e-commerce here. Let's see here. And then the snapshots. So to access the snapshots and the bonuses in that are in my webinar, they're inside UpX. So when you log in, on the left-hand side, there's a tab that says preferences. You'll go over, you'll see a snapshot. Below the snapshot link, there's a video. Please watch the video. It's short. Most people have a hard time accessing the thing because they don't know how to you have to be logged into HighLevel at the same time. Anyway, just watch the video. Are there templates to promote the SuperSAAS agency? Yeah, we do. We have templates that can get you clients. The thing I don't love about that is people just like use them as is. Don't use them as is. They're a starting point. Okay. Use the framework, the ideas, the offers, maybe, but adapt it to you, to your niche, make the images yours. Yeah, but yes, we do have some. Let's see here. Facebook restrictions, Facebook ad restrictions. That is a real part of running Facebook ads. I will say it's getting easier. And with Facebook validation, that's getting easier too. So did you know this, Rob, that the Facebook is doing the blue check mark verified? So
yeah, so you can just like pay a small fee, get it?
Yeah, so that's coming down the pipe. I'm on the waiting list to get that done. Let's see here. Does this work for painting companies? Absolutely. Let's see here. How do you do the setup for your clients? Kind of involved for a non-techie client. So if you talk to Alex Machuca, going back to Alex is going for a complete SaaS play, where they onboard themselves. Everything is automated. It's pretty interesting. I do it a little bit different. I actually do something I call slow onboarding. And so I have one onboarding call, and it's a 45-minute call. And the purpose of that call is, one, they watch a 10-minute video. And that video says, hey, all of the stuff that you did before didn't work because of these reasons. This is why this is going to work. Okay. Then after that, it goes through and it does the setup with one goal, that they launch their own ads by the end of the call. Okay. We don't walk them through the other. So my model, we don't walk them through the other high-level features until after they've done that one thing. And then we let their brain go, okay, cool. I just launched my own ads. I did do it without an agency. Promise fulfilled. What's next? They come to a group onboarding call. They do 2 of those, and then they're done. So that's how I do it.
You guys, like, there's a reason why that works so stinking well. And it's the same reason why we start with database reactivation. I keep going back to this because there's a common denominator there, right? What do you guys think a client feels like when they see appointments, people responding and appointments being booked when you send out that first initial batch of like 100, 200 contacts? Their mind, they go, check, got that done. This works. How do we keep doing this, Rob? Right? Same thing with Sam. Click, click, click. Got my, watch 10 minutes. Not that much time to get a great benefit. Click, click, click. Ads live. Boop. Another one. Box checked. Right? So you guys, you have to make it as efficient as possible to get them to that first, I call it activation point. When you get them to that first activation point, right? The trust factor is there. You're answering so many questions in their head about the risk they think they're taking when they're just talking to you because they don't really know you, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, this works. Is it easy? Can I do it? It's the old Mike Koenig's thing, right? I like Sam. Seems all right. Let's give it a shot. Nothing to lose. At this point, I know it works. Okay.
Right.
So really after that, you're just selling yourself. And the easiest thing, I love this about Sean, the way he positions it is, what about, how do you guys compare to all these other companies or the Podium guys at my tree, the Yellow Pages salesmen at my tree? It's like, well, yeah, do you think that guy's going to be around after he sells you? Because I can tell you he's not. That person just goes from place to place and sells whatever he has to sell to every local business. He sells the same thing. You're not going to get that guy when there's a problem or you have a question or you need support. With me, you can access me. I'm here for you. Right? You are the key differentiator. That might sound scary to some of you, but it's so easy. It's just like you respond when they write in.
Yeah.
You text them back. Doesn't have to be right away. There's no emergencies really in marketing, y'all. Like, not really, if you think about it. Okay. It's not like working at a hospital or being an FAA tower controller or being a pilot. It's very easy to show up for clients and make them happy. If you just listen to them, that's a key differentiator between you and all these other companies. So when you walk in and you combine all those things together, it's exponentially more compelling than everything else they've seen.
Yeah.
Right. If you've done this for any length of time, you will start to understand the difference between how many light bulbs go off, how many clicks are in their head, how many boxes they're mentally checking with Sam's process, right? So by now you guys should be having a really good idea of how to make this thing work at this point, right?
It's funny because the onboarding process and getting clients and that whole thing, so overcomplicated. But if you make one unique promise, and I think you're really smart doing database reactivation, it costs them no money. I mean, if you look at like, Alex Hormozy's value equation, boom, you got zero risk. There's no money.
Yeah.
Literally is free.
Yeah.
But if you can deliver them one thing, here's maybe a little nugget for you guys that there's this phrase, and I use this, I'm like a broken record with my team. I'm like, I always say, with lack of information, people make up their own, and it's never to your benefit.
Yeah.
Right. So if you promise somebody that you're going to give them Facebook ads in 3 clicks, right? Or you promise somebody that you're going to get them, a database reactivation campaign in 24 hours, whatever your thing is. If you don't deliver on that one single thing, all of the dominoes that you wanted to like knock over with the rest of their customer value or customer journey will never get knocked over. They will churn quickly. It will be the worst customers you have. But because you didn't do the one thing, they have a lack of information. They came on with an expectation of getting ads in 3 clicks, of getting leads from their database that you're going to reactivate. The second you don't do that, lack of information, they're going to make up the worst story about you that they can. And now you are selling from the weakest possible position ever. But conversely, if you say, hey, the goal of this call is to get everything set up to get your DBR campaign set, like running today, or to get your Facebook ads, you're going to turn them on today. I make a big point of that. I'm like, hey, I don't, but team, you're going to turn these ads on today. You.
Yeah.
They're like, really? Yes, you. And then at the end of the call, hey, you're all set up. Now I'm going to show you which buttons to click. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. Click, click, click. Hey, you did it. Wait, that's it? Yes, that's it. That's what you guys got to do. This game is less about like doing things right and more about like knowing how to talk to people right.
Yes.
You know, and just treat them like you would want to be treated.
Right. And going like I would say that this even more than database reactivation, because you still have like the list part of it. That's less like 3-click, you know, I mean, it takes about an hour or 2 hours to set up initially your first database reactivation in the tech and high level. And we've got a couple of you asked in the comments, we've got step-by-step tutorials in our group. Happen our product developer is a full-time product developer on our team, has it down to less than an hour if you can click the buttons as fast as he has. Okay. But that you still have to get the list from the client. Sometimes you have to like scrub the list, format it, but which isn't that big of a deal, but it's just a few extra steps, right? Super worth it. Great foot in the door strategy, of course. But the thing that we do once all that's completed is we do the same thing. We get them on the call and we go, hey, we're going to push live right now, right, in an agency setting. And you're going to see the responses come in and I'm going to book them in manually for you so you feel comfortable with the process. So what do you guys think when you hit the go button on 100 contacts for database reactivation, right? And that whole training is free in our Facebook group, y'all. You don't have to do anything besides get into the in the school group now. But go in our school group. There's that training and there's one additional training that is literally the best 2 trainings that we've ever offered free in our group. It's crazy, but people have been loving it and we're like happy to do it. Okay. But my point was that that instant gratification part of it, like if any of you have ever talked to Happen, he's sort of monotone and very like chill, you know, and I'm mustering up as much energy as I can to jam with Sam and you guys here. But after this, I'll go into like introvert mode for the rest of the day. So, but I'm a little bit more like even Steven, like I don't have big energy swings at all. And so when we first started selling this, I'd be like, all right, look, this is going to be awesome. I was like the hype man before a basketball game or a football game. I was like, dude, how many do you think, Mr. Gym Owner, how many of these do you think we're going to book today? Well, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know either, but by the end, you're going to see that we're going to book some appointments. Isn't that awesome? Like, how many appointments did you book yesterday? 0, 0, 0. How many appointments did you book in the last 3 months? Like 12. It's like, well, what if we got like 12 today? Be like, whoa, that would be awesome. You know, all of a sudden their energy level's up here, right? And you can do that with this too. Be like, dude, how would it feel? Think about that sentence.
Yeah.
How would it feel to launch your own Facebook ads in like, what'd you say? I don't know, 50 minutes or less, whatever.
Oh,
my camera freeze.
Well, when they actually do, it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's like, bro, you know, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your camera did freeze, but your audio's good, buddy.
Yeah, this happens.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
you know, that's not even a sales conversation. It's just like, you did this, man. Like you did your first set of push-ups. You did your first set of sit-ups. Like and you know, and just don't make them feel ashamed or stupid about the tech, because that's most people.
Yeah, just set it up for them.
Is they're embarrassed. Yeah, it's just like, dude, let's turn this into something fun and positive for you instead of like.
What is it? I can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking my head up a butcher's ass, but I'd rather take his word for it. Yeah. So just be an awesome butcher, you know, just say, hey, you guys, this is the most juicy steak you've ever had. This is what it does. And people will absolutely fall over, you know, head over heels for it. DBR is awesome. I do like in fact, I did a video on my YouTube channel about models, right? Like, hey, if your agency model is working with orthodontists, maybe try this. In fact, I did a Facebook campaign once for an orthodontist, and it was a giveaway, Facebook ads to a promotion giveaway, like get us free pair of braces.
Yeah.
And at the end, we do a live giveaway, and somebody wins a free pair of braces. Somebody wins half off. Somebody wins so we had all these packages. We ran it for 3 weeks. Guy got 500 plus leads. Okay. For no money. It was like $3 to $5 leads.
Yep.
And then when we did the giveaway, we had an awesome prize. But then after that, we're like, hey, sorry you didn't win as consolation prize. Here's $500 off as a voucher for your kid if they want to get braces within the next month. Guess how many customers he got? 125.
Wow.
You guys, braces cost like $4,000 on average per pop. 125 times $4,000. I'm no whatever.
Like
but
a
that
$500,000.
is- Yeah. You can
Yeah.
set that up and automate that in UpHex.
Yeah.
You set up and by the way, that was a back to school. So like back to school, whatever. I would do New Year, New You. I would do, look sexy for February, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it is. You take the same offer.
Yes.
Rinse and repeat. This is one idea. Like there's a
Yep.
lot of ads in UpHex, but you guys, there's no limit to what you can come up with. If
Yeah.
A, you know your audience, B, you know how they make money, and C, you find your own little crook and cranny in that market and exploit the crap out of it and be awesome at that one thing, you'll
Yep.
crush it.
Yeah. So does Facebook still have the upcoming birthday targeting?
Yeah, it's funny because a coach was asking for that, and I've never run that before.
Dude, it works so well. You basically set up the equivalent to a retargeting campaign.
Yeah,
And back when I was helping clients with no budget, that I'd be like, we need like $3, it was like nothing. And we would just do upcoming birthday target with the same offer that they promote to everybody and their mother, right? And say, hey, we noticed your birthday's coming up. We want to stoke you out with a free $20 gift card to South Coast Surf Shops when you spend $100. And people are like so grateful for it. We sold surf t-shirts for a surf t-shirt brand doing that. Hey, we're going to give you a 2-for-1 deal. And people were so stoked about that they would buy more. And so their average order value actually went up in e-commerce. We did it with the way that I figured this out was back during MySpace. You could message people at upcoming birthdays.
MySpace.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm old. See, it's like
We're the same age. I just never did anything on MySpace. That's hilarious.
oh, dude, I made so much money on MySpace for this company. It was awesome, but it was all manual, right?
Yeah.
And so if we pack, I would help them pick, pack, and I did like everything for them. And in between, if it was slow, I'd just sit there and message people, and it'd be like order. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I picked we had like really fun t-shirts, so that worked super well. But even if you guys said, look, I'm gonna specialize in just birthday campaigns, right?
Yeah.
Pick a proven
Good.
offer. You pick one audience. It's an evergreen audience. It constantly refreshes for you. You do not have to do anything to refresh this audience. Facebook does it for you, right? And you just run that offer, and you did it for like all the flyball stuff, pizza stores, restaurants, retail, e-commerce. Like you guys could charge one flat fee for that and make a mint. People would like, think about it. If you just ran that for $500, you set up once and you forget about it forever, right? Go steal the offer from my campaigns or from Sam's, and you hit them up and you're like, look, free trial, we'll put money in your pocket before we ask you for any money. We're going to turn this campaign, or you're going to turn this campaign on, I guess, right? And sorry, I don't know what's going on with my video, but you're going to turn this campaign on, right? And when you turn this campaign on, Mr. Client, it's going to print you money because the offer is just going to refresh the audience over and over and over. You put a few bucks in ad spend on it, you set it and forget it.
Yeah.
As long as that thing keeps getting redeemed, they're going to keep it on forever.
Yeah.
Right. Until it stops working, which is probably going to be a few years.
I've been running ads for 8 years. I did not know about that until last month when Cooch told me. He's like, hey, do you have birthday target? I said no, because I'm like, that must be like a custom audience thing. It must be a specific custom. It's actually a demographic.
It's a
And I
demo.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Jacob, he's like, yeah, we got it. It's right here. I'm like, dude, we've never done this. It's like, yeah, I guess we never, whatever. So
so
totally can
go
do it.
like, you know, you could do this for any niche you really wanted, but if you like, you could specialize by this updated running demographic and just be like, I specialize in birthday campaigns, right?
Yeah.
It's genius, you guys. Like you would just, it would be so easy to get a yes. You turn on once, you leave it running till they, the offer dies or the business shuts down or whatever. And you guys would probably never hear from that client again. Literally, like maybe they'd have a question here or there, right? But yeah, does that make sense? We're just trying to give you guys more ideation for this, but that would allow you so much leverage, right?
Yeah. That's actually really cool because that's like I mean, I will say the one thing that my current agency has is too many ads.
Yeah.
I've been doing the game way too long, and
yeah,
it's
you
like,
usually have to cut down to get the leverage, right? That's a principle. So a lot of the people that we work with one-on-one, in consulting or in our coaching programs, or I've got some equity deals now, it's usually about paring it down to just the things that work. Going with the 80-20 rule, saying where is the 20% of activity that's responsible for 80% of our results?
yeah.
And it usually becomes more like 90-10 or 595 or 298. That's really how it usually ends up, the math ends up working out, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a hard thing to do when you're very close to your business. But if it becomes addicting once you see it working, right? You're like, okay, this is much better than before. All these different things are much easier now for me. I'm making more money. I've got more free time. There's less support. There's less headaches. Cloud acquisition is easier. Prospecting is easier. Word of mouth is growing. Referrals are growing. All this stuff is happening. The tendency is to go and add back more back in, right? That's not always the thing that helps you the most, right? There's a reason why these huge companies move so slow. Like Podium, for example, I think had 3 features when they started off. They did that for like 2.5, 3 years, something like that. Now they've got 7 total.
Wow.
A fraction of what GHL does. So they're like $1 billion company.
So real quick, so Steven, I think we've had some people say that they've successfully signed up. I'm going to just jump in real quick and make sure that, because he says he's trying the link and it's not working, but let me. Oh, we've definitely had people claiming it.
It says form is not working when trying to sign up. Third time something went wrong trying to sign up. Try again. I got it. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try it real fast. Yeah, so I'm gonna get started. Sign up for UpHex.
Is it Mitchell? Is that who your assistant is in this?
Her name's Mitch. Yeah.
Mitch, maybe if you just have the actual affiliate link, not the shortener. I mean, that should, it's the first promoter link. I don't know. Maybe that's easy. I don't know. But people are signing up. And so it's definitely working.
Oh, okay. For the people that got in, do you know which link you used?
Yeah, Julian, Daniel, Josh, Aaron, Tanya, Gigi Bowden, Bodwin.
Okay.
Bray, and I only have their emails. I don't have their names.
Oh, sure. Yes, tag happened too, because oh gosh. Yeah, so guys, just use, I think this is the one that seems to be working, and I'm sorry about that. But just use this one for now, please. Mitch tried to log in and she doesn't have the password, I guess. So I'll get that updated. Let's do that.
We'll send out an email. Here's the link. This worked for me. So Jillian said it worked. Yeah, and Julian, yeah, and I have Julian is confirmed.
Here, I can fix it real fast if you all want to sit on for 1 sec. Do we have any other Q&A maybe?
Julian, welcome, by the way. Hey, by the way, anybody that joined during this live webinar, I want to say welcome to you guys. We've got quite a few. I just read some names off. I only know your email addresses, so I'm assuming that Alex at digitalzest.company is somebody named Alex. So Alex, welcome. Totally awesome. Let's see here. Could I reiterate what someone asked before? Do we have any suggestion to get to the first 5 clients? Your first 5 clients. I think everybody has a different kind of take on that. Mine is, number 1, most people who struggle with selling or struggle with getting clients is because they're trying to get too many different clients. Like they're trying to go after gyms. They're trying to go after martial arts studios. They're trying to go after salons, or whatever it is. They're trying to go after too many. So the number 1 thing is to niche down to an actual, what I call it a sub niche. because I think that most of the time when people say, oh, my niche is real estate agents, I don't call that a niche. I call that a category. Okay. So if you want to get really granular, make your offers, your messaging, your sales script, anything that you're doing to get clients, if you want to make it really work, you're going to go to people working with first-time home buyers who speak Spanish. That's a sub niche. If you start that granular, the offers you create, the things you say to those real estate agents working with the first-time home buyers who speak Spanish, they're all going to make way more sense. That's just an example, right? But you can go several layers deep on any sub niche. So that's number one. And then number two is, I think that the big reason that people just suck at getting clients is because they don't have enough output. You got to message. I like cold video outreach. I think it's a little bit higher impact. Some people just do DM. Like I think Alex Machuca was big cold DM, and is that yours? Like that's Rob. You're kind of like cold DMs.
Well, I have a training video where I explain that. We never used that prolifically. We had a little bit different of a strategy, but hey, if that works, heck yes. I mean, in real estate, people love that app BombBomb, and they like the video personalization. Like a lot of them use it themselves. I think that's like for gym owners, it just never really resonated. So we're like, okay, why waste time? But so I think that, it's like you kind of have to figure out what works in your niche at large. However, I will say this, another reason why we love database reactivation so much, and we've got a free training on this in our school group as well, robbailey.com/group. But if you go into our group and look at the videos, our value proposition to the client or the prospective client is really compelling to them. It's, hey, can I put 25 to 35 new blank, meaning customers, patients, gym members, into your business for free starting tomorrow without any ad spend involved at all? Can I book them in for free for you? And that's literally something easy that any client wants. And naturally, the next question is, great, how? Let me hop on a 10-minute call with you. We'll show you how it works. There's no ad spend required. There's no gotcha. I just want to, basically go on. It's a burrito date video is what I call it. But like you're going on a burrito date with a client. You're trying to see if this client can handle 400, 500, 600 leads in a month. That's part of it for you too, right? Is why would you want to do all the work to close a client, earn the trust, charge all this money? And then if it just doesn't work out, like their sales operation stinks, or their fulfillment is bad, or they're just not with it, like they don't show up for their own business. These are all things that happen all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
You want to test that out small and do it in one day and just be like, send it to 100 contacts, book in 10, 12, 24 appointments real fast. It's easy for them to say yes to. It's easy for you to explain. Just show like another client that you did it for. And like, yeah, see this conversation stream? We sent all 100 of these, and in like 20 minutes, we got 12, 24 appointments booked in for you.
Yeah.
We can get it going as soon as tomorrow for, there's really nothing they can say that's going to be better than that, right? It doesn't get any better than that, like in marketing.
Simple as best. It's like, what outcome do they want? They want booked appointments. Say, can I get them for you for free?
Yeah. And the gym niche, that worked great. We did some cold email at the beginning. Once we started getting results, we did the Trojan method, which is where we would record a little testimonial video with a client we had success with, which was super easy to do with Reactivation. They'd talk about their numbers a little bit in the video. It was short, like 3 questions. And then we'd say, hey, would you mind posting this in a gym owner only group? So a group where other marketers are not allowed.
Yeah. Right.
And that's why we called it Trojan Horse, because we got the person that we just helped to promote us internally where there's no other noise, right? So we got into a place that we technically shouldn't have been allowed in. And we would just get people signing up from nowhere from that. We just kept doing that over and over and over again. And then we got some franchises started hearing, they're like, who are these guys? They're just like, we're seeing all these results everywhere. What the heck are they doing? Corporate offices would book on our sales calendar out of nowhere. We're on the phone with them. We're like, well, we got like 800 locations. You want to fly out and show us what the heck you're doing? Maybe we can work together. Maybe you can become an approved vendor. We even had a client pay us 25 grand to fly out there for the week.
Wow.
just to show them our system, and it was just so easy for us to put money in their pocket, because if you multiply that proven system by 800 locations,
Oh
do the
yeah.
same thing at every location. Everything is the same. The ad is
Yeah.
the same. The offer is the same. The landing page, the follow-up sequence,
Exactly.
all the same. The only thing that's different is the
Name,
city where
location.
they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Name, their location.
totally.
Yeah.
So, like, think about it like that, guys. How can I create an assembly line that prints a proven result, so that I can go in and have these people be so thrilled with the result that they go in, like, they're happy to share it for me, right? Yes, you have to drum up those first 5, 10, 15 to get momentum. Okay. Clients, I mean. But after that, if you do it correctly, you can snowball that and create a bit of a flywheel effect to where every new client you put in gets you 2 or 3 new clients.
I'll give you one other little hack.
Yeah.
If you're having a hard time getting clients, try to partner up with somebody who's good at sales. At the end of the day, if you're like, I think a lot of people get into this game and they're like, I'm going to make this much money. I want it all for me.
Mm-hmm.
You can go so much further if you just say, hey, you're an extrovert. You have no problem talking to people. Can you talk to this many people every day? They're like, that's all I ever wanted to do anyway.
Right.
Problem solved. That's using your brain, right? Because at the end of the day, if you can fulfill, if you're more technical, whatever, you got into this to make money, but if you're asking questions like, how do I get my first 5 clients?
Yeah.
This is not a blaming thing. This is let's just be authentic with who we are. You put me in front of a group of people, I'll get business.
Yep.
I have no issue. I've never had issues getting business.
Yeah.
But you say, hey, Sam, fulfill and all this stuff. I'm like, I need help. That's why I got a partner in the first place. I was in the agency game for like a month before I realized technically.
Yeah.
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 And I think that's like such an easy fix. Like you and I love basically, here's this thing you want. This is if you send 100 a day, you're going to get probably 5 to 12 responses, something like that.
Yeah.
That if you do that every single day, you'll have a huge business after 3 months. Huge.
Oh yeah.
But you got to do it every single day.
Definitely.
And so if you can't, if you're scared, if you send out 10 and you're like, oh, I didn't get 10 clients, that might not be for you. Go get a customer who has like no fear of rejection, who can talk, who can like get out there and just get it. And that probably is your quote, silver bullet right there. Just solve the problem by getting the right person, and then just start freaking growing your business and stop sitting around. Too many people are sitting around looking at a problem being like, well, Rob didn't solve that problem for me, so I guess we're gonna sit here another month doing nothing. No, like solve the problem. You guys, entrepreneurs, solve problems. That's why we are awesome, is we are the world's problem solvers. That's all we do. We look at a problem like, oh, here's a solution. We have divergent thinking. We don't have convergent thinking. We are the people who look at solution or problems and we create solutions. So start that process. Yeah. Like if you're sitting there, you're not getting sales, he can give you the script. It's an awesome script. It will work.
Script, yeah, guys, all that stuff's in our group. So like, again, these are great questions, but like, what do I say? Does this offer work? Guys, the answer is yes. Okay. And I'm giving it to you in the group. So just get in there. All right. Look at, I'm giving you all the ad for all these niches. Insurance, yes. Roofing, yes. Done them live with a coaching student of ours. Got the result. Got their approval to post the ad, the 2-step landing page, sometimes the 3-step landing page as well, the whole follow-up sequence, the offer, everything. Okay. And a lot of times you guys have a tendency, like what he's explaining, the tendency is to overcomplicate it. Insurance, save time, save money. It's always going to work. Okay. Yeah. There's a reason why every commercial says that for an insurance company. Roofing contractors. Yes, sometimes the contacts respond negatively. That's part of it. Every time we send an email out to you guys, we get someone who's like, your mom. And I'm like, great, have a nice day. I'll pray for you. That one really pisses them off. I'll pray for you, dude. It's fine. Yeah. Or I would just be like, if you're having a bad day and you really need to talk, like, don't jump off the bridge. Here's my cell phone number. And they go, well, that was kind of nice of you. Yeah. But that just happens. That's part of this, y'all. That's why we are problem solvers, right? we solve the problem, and maybe the client's too afraid to do that stuff because they get one negative response and they're depressed for a week and they're not going to hit the send button again. But we have to go like, look, this is part of the game. You're going to get no's. You're going to get negative Nellies. You're going to get Karens. You're going to get Kevins. That's how it is today. I'm sorry that like I didn't create all that. That's just the way it is. What are you gonna do? Stick your head in the sand and go bankrupt? No, come on, man. Get yourself in the game. Let's go.
Get in the game.
Let's
Okay.
go.
One final response for Palmer and for Sergio. Can you do ads in Spanish? Sí, se puede hacer sus advertencias en español. You can do it, man. Absolutely. All right, man.
Yeah. Hey guys, listen, I would love to spend like 3 hours answering all the questions. Look please go and sign up for UpHex using our link. I want for you guys to have those bonuses. That if you need help with that, like that process, getting signed up, getting the bonuses, all that stuff, go into my group. It's just robbailey.com/group. We'll answer your questions. So like if we didn't get to your specific answer here, copy that question, go post it in my group. My team will answer it. Okay, promise. We'll get to them as fast as we can. My team's awesome. They're on Pacific time. So I'm on Central. So we got a lot of time to answer your questions today. Okay, so we'll get to most of them today, if not all. Thing two is if you want to email our team, it's just support@robbailey.com. And there's 3 B's in there, like I've been posting. Okay. So if there's anything to tidy up in there, post a question in the group or email my support. And if there's anything question that went unanswered with Sam, my team will collect those, send them to Sam. He'll answer them and I'll make sure to post the thread in the group for you. Okay. Just to keep it like efficient so that we're not all over the place with it. Okay. Yep. So Mitch has it. Guys, can we just give Sam a huge thumbs up for dropping so many value bombs? I know that's kind of cliche to say, but holy cow, dude, give him a thumbs up.
I appreciate you having me, buddy.
Like,
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. And I want to thank everyone for coming too. I wanted to do something cool for you guys because you took your time to be here, and say thank you to everyone who is giving Sam a trial, giving him a shot, or maybe you're seeing my community for the first time. I think most people are already in it, but if not, thank you for giving me a try. And we want to serve you guys. I know Sam feels the same way about this. We want to help you. Okay. So ask away. We will get to you as fast as we can. We super want to give you guys the tools, the education, skill set that you need to succeed with this stuff. I'm going to be around for a long time in this GHL community. I think Sam is too. So we're going to be here. All right. We're not going anywhere. So really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Sam. Anything I can do to support you, man, I will. So
likewise, brother. Appreciate
Yeah,
it. And signing off, we are the Bald Eagles. Watch us soar. I come up with a on the fly, buddy. Awesome, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you.
See you guys.